this is Anet, and today I want to show you how I'm going to make a double flap fan fold card, and using the new Couture Creations men's collection stamp. I'm also going to use the Couture Creations Modern Essentials cut full and emboss square die with the new Go Power and Emboss machine. And before I'm going to start, I will be needing 2 squares that I will be adding to the flap. I will also show you how to create the double fold card and the flap, and how to add the flap with these 2 squares that I'm going to use. I'm going to use the Modern Essentials cut full and emboss die. And with these dies, you can only die cut with it, you can ink and die cut with it, and you can also foil with your Go Press foil machine. Today I'm going to show you 2 ways of using the cut full and emboss die. I'm only going to die cut with it, and I'm also going to ink and die cut with it. So first of all, I'm going to die cut with the cut full and emboss die. All that you need to do is just place your cut full and emboss die onto your cutting plate. I have already cut a piece of Ultimate Crafts denim cardstock. Just add that onto your cut full and emboss die. Just add your cutting plate and run it through the Go Power and Emboss die cutting machine. It's so easy to use this new Go Power and Emboss machine. And it was so easy to die cut with it. And here you can see I just run it through once through the Go Power and Emboss machine, and just look how beautiful it die cut. Now I'm going to need another square, and this time I'm going to ink and die cut with the cut full and emboss die. So first of all, just going to take this off. Just going to use a scrap paper. I'm going to use some pigment ink. This is the Galaxy Gold. You can use pigment ink or dye ink, but no permanent ink. And I'm just inking the cut full and emboss die. Just making sure I have inked everywhere. And then I'm just placing it onto my die cut plate. And I'm adding a piece of denim cardstock onto the cut full and emboss die. I'm adding my cutting plate. And now I'm just going to run it through my Go Power and Emboss die cutting machine. It's so easy like that. And I've just run it through just once. And just look how beautiful it cut and inked the cut full and emboss die. Just look how beautiful that is. Okay, and after that I like to clean my cut full and emboss die. just with a wet wipe. Okay, so I have used my cut full and embossed die in two different ways. I have die cut with my cut full and embossed die, and I have inked and die cut with my cut full and embossed die. Now for the double flap fun fold card, I'm just going to put this to here. You will find all the measurements for the double flap fun fold card on the Couture Creations blog and also on my blog. So first of all, you will need a piece of white cardstock for the card base, and I've already cut a piece of the denim cardstock that I will create the double fold card. And for that I'm going to use the Couture Creations new mini scoreboard. And I just love this scoreboard. You will find the inch measurements here on the top and the left hand side, and the centimeters here at the bottom and also here on your right hand side. And what is so lovely about this mini scoreboard, the opening is here right onto the top, and it's so easy to actually slide your bone folder through here and just score your cardstock. So now for the double fun fold card, I will be scoring the 8.5 inch side at 5 1/4 inch. And just look how easy that is. I'm just sliding it from the and scoring it. And it was so easy to use that. Okay, and then I'm just going to fold it. And this is now the double flap fold, and this I will be adding here onto the card base. Now for the flap, I'm going to score this at 1 inch. And as I said, there, all the measurements is on the Couture Creations blog and on my blog. And I'm also going to just fold this. And when you're done, it's so easy to put the bone folder back onto the mini scoreboard. Okay, so now for the inside, I've already cut a piece of white cardstock. I have cut some Gentle Emporium's pattern paper. I have used the new mini stamp of the men's collection, and I will be adding it on here. Okay, just going to use some double-sided tape. And now I'm just going to add it here onto the double flap. Okay, and now I'm going to add the flap. Now the flap I have scored at 1 inch, and just going to add some double-sided tape here onto this inch flap. And now I'm going to add this in onto the middle of the double flap. So that side is just here. And now I'm going to add the double fold onto the card base. I'm just adding some double-sided tape here onto the double fold. Okay, now I'm just going to add it here onto the card base. And now I'm going to add a piece of the Gentle Emporium's pattern paper here onto the front. Just going to add it here onto the front. And now I'm going to add the 2 die cut squares I've done earlier on with my cut full and embossed die. I'm now going to add the 2 squares. I'm going to add this one that I have inked and die cut here onto the front of the other square card. I'm now going to add this square inked die cut onto the previous die cut square. And just lining it up onto each other. And now I have 2 squares on top of each other. And I've already stamped the new men's collection. This is called the Vintage Car, and I have colored it with my Copic alcohol markers. And I'm just going to add it here onto this square card with some 3D foam dots. Well, I hope you enjoyed my video on how to use the Couture Creations mini scoreboard to score and fold the double fold card and the flap fold card, and using the Modern Essentials cut full and embossed die in 2 ways: die cutting with it and also ink and die cutting with it using the Go Power and embossed die cutting machine, and also to add the new men's collection Vintage Car stamp onto the die cut squares. Thank you for joining me. I will be back soon. Until next time, happy crafting. Bye bye.